The 24th running of the Woodward Dream Cruise officially kicked off on Friday, August 17th with a ceremony on 9 Mile Road in Ferndale, Michigan. Just moments after a heavy rain ended, dignitaries and representatives of Ford Motor Company were on hand to welcome visitors, including Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard.
Mr. Mayor, well,
it's in our blood, it's in our DNA. You know, my dad was an automotive guy, 33 years, so, you know, I grew up with the Tim Allen, you know, listening and wanting the cars and driving cool cars out on Woodward. You know, I lived about 3 miles off Woodward most of my life, and it means a lot. You know, it's not only nostalgia, it's going forward, future, having new generations. My kids love cars. They love coming out. So it's really in the DNA of this whole region.
Well, thank you, everyone, and thank you for being here as we officially kick off the Woodward Dream Cruise in Ferndale, where the dream began.
Ferndale Mayor Dave Coulter hosted the ceremony. He told us it all began right here on August 19th, 1995, and has grown ever since.
You know, the Dream Cruise started here as a fundraiser, what we thought would be kind of a small fundraiser for a soccer field, and it just exploded. From the very first year, it was bigger than anybody's expectations, and it's just gone sort of crazy from there. But it's gone from a small little fundraiser to a worldwide event, and we couldn't be more proud that it was born right here in Ferndale.
1, 2, 3!
Cutting the ceremonial ribbon was Randolph Mantooth, who many of us remember as John Gage on the popular classic TV series Emergency. He was a fitting choice considering the ribbon cutting signaled the start of the annual Emergency Vehicle Parade on Woodward.
I've been in a few parades, but not one that's 2 miles long and lights and siren all the way. That's a first for me. It can get deafening. Better roll your window up. But it was a lot of fun. It was unique, I must say.
Talk about what the TV show Emergency meant to you and your career.
Well, it meant everything to the career. It meant to me, you know, I didn't hold Emergency in the same esteem you all did, because to us, we were just having to get up at 5:30 in the morning and go to work. It was work. 7 years of great work, but nonetheless, that show beat me up. But you know, for the career, it certainly put me on the map. I don't take any credit for that. I'm just the luckiest person in the world that I got the job. And Kevin feels the same way. My partner, Roy DeSoto. We just feel we were lucky to be chosen to do these roles. Did we think? You know, frankly, we thought that after the first year we were going to get canceled. We thought that way the second year, and even the third year we were kind of going, oh, maybe this has got some legs. But it was just a joyous life we were having there for those 7 years. And, you know, considering we were 20, in our early 20s and stupid, and, you know, anything they asked us to do, we did it, you know. It was a good time.
For the second year in a row, Ford Motor Company sponsored the Woodward Dream Cruise. 9 Mile Road was closed to traffic on Saturday for Mustang Alley. Well over 1,000 Mustangs were parked on 9 Mile Road, both east and west of Woodward. Ford had a lot to celebrate. The 10 millionth Mustang rolled off the assembly line on August 8th.
You think about Woodward, right? Woodward was the first paved road. And so it's so much part of car culture, and about Ford Motor Company being part of that car culture and just celebrating what people love about cars, right? And then for Mustang Alley, this is our 20th year, and that was set up by the chief engineer on Mustang at the time to give the ability for engineers working on Mustang to interact with the customers. And it's grown over the years, and it's been a strong partnership with Ferndale because they close down the shops on 9 Mile for us. And then from our community, each year it grows, and we'll have over 1,000 Mustangs that will park on 9 Mile in less than 2 hours on Saturday. And so it's a great group of people coming down, talking about their cars, showing off your cars. So it's a lot of fun to come down and see every model year, every type. Big clubs come in, the Red Mustang Club, Shelby Club, Southeastern Michigan Mustang Club. So it's we get people coming from New Zealand, Australia. So it's a really big event for us as a Mustang community, and for even my engineers who work to talk to customers, interact, and just really get an idea of what makes a Mustang an emotional experience, and then why everybody has a Mustang memory.
Also on display on Woodward, just a few miles away from Mustang Alley, was a 1968 Mustang Fastback that drew a lot of attention. Currently owned by Sean Kiernan of Hendersonville, Tennessee, this particular Mustang was driven by Steve McQueen in the classic 1968 movie Bullitt, featuring one of the greatest car chases in movie history.
My dad's the third owner. The first owner had it for about a year, and thank God to him, because he's actually the guy who documented everything. VIN number, saved it from going anywhere else. He bought it, and that's why there's the WB sticker on the windshield. That's a parking pass. And so he sold the second owner. His name's Frank in New Jersey. So that's how it made it from California to Jersey. Frank had it for about 3 years, 3.5 years. So it had 19,000 miles on it. And then put an ad in Road and Track and classified. My dad pulled the magazine out of the mailbox. Before Mom got home from school, the car was in the driveway.
Wasn't Bullitt spelled wrong in that ad?
Bullitt was spelled wrong, and best offer. Those are the two things I love in that ad. So that was absolutely amazing.
How did this car escape possession of the producers or Steve McQueen? How did it end up across country? Any theories?
Yeah, I think that, you know, obviously in '68, movie cars weren't a thing. They were just a prop, more or less. So to take this car, and the reason that this is alive is because this is actually the first and the third. So this did 95% of the chase, but it was also the promotional car. And that's why at the end of the chase, took it back to the body shop, went through it, and that's why there's chrome rockers, and they took all the black off the back of it, bondoed the heck out of it, resprayed it, and then for the October release of the movie, this is what promoted the movie. So why Steve didn't buy it is probably because he beat the crap out of it, and he's like, I don't want that car. And not until later on that he seen it was still alive that he wanted something that Max had built, and that's why he reached out to my dad in '77 trying to buy it back.
How do you say no to Steve McQueen?
That's my father. My father has no problem saying no to anybody. And, you know, he like any of us car guys, we get a quick tie to cars. They become part of the family. At that point, he had it for 3 years, and anybody could absolutely, you know, say, you had a car for 3 years, that's your baby. And so, and it's not like he was calling and saying, hey, offering an astronomical amount of money. It was like, I'll swap it with a car that's kind of like it, and that's about it. I mean, I can understand Steve's point, because he was going through a divorce. He wanted to get the car back, but Dad, you know, it was part of the family at that point. So it was kind of just a no thank you kind of thing.
The Woodward Dream Cruise is the largest one-day car event in the world, attracting more than 1.5 million spectators and over 40,000 classic muscle and custom cars, traveling the 16-mile route from Ferndale to Pontiac. Organizers are already looking ahead to 2019, when car lovers celebrate the 25th running of the Woodward Dream Cruise. In Ferndale, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV News.